my first memories of, I was around 2 or 3, and I only know that because they said, oh, when we were living in this house, you were 2 years old. And I was like, oh, I can remember that. But to say, hey, Jason, you're born, you're 5 years old, this is your mom and dad. When did we get that? Well, sometimes we just know. I mean, we're kids, and hey, you call her mama, and we were repeating other things. But somewhere along the way, we take that recognition that this is my mother and my father. And from then on, right, we're introduced to people. Now, that's kind of a lost art today of introducing ourselves to people, but that usually happens. You know, you come to church and we may introduce the visitors and so on. You go start a new job and this is your boss, this is your coworkers. You go to the event at school and, oh, this is so-and-so's mom. But a good introduction of who people are. Then it brought me to the idea of when were we introduced to God? When were we introduced to the Bible? How was that introduction for us? Some of us grew up in church, so it's just like, well, it's what I always knew that there was a God and heard of a God. I find it very interesting that in watching TV or some kind of series on Netflix or Amazon Prime, or you go to the movies, and sometimes the name of Jesus and the name of God is mentioned more than many other names, isn't it? Of course, they're not using it in the right way. I find it interesting that people who claim to be atheists still call upon the name of the Lord in some kind of vain way, which is not right. But this introduction of God. So we have Adam and Eve, and they get this introduction.